welcome to Rob the Man Media, baby. And man, welcome to this happy Sunday. Man, we're 3 days away from the show beginning, baby. Man, if you ain't ready, you better get ready because we are 3 days away from the show beginning, baby. Man, salute to everybody that's in. Welcome to the channel. We got some topics we're gonna talk about today. So, man, I can't wait till let's get this in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Man, what can we expect from fall camp? That's what I'm gonna get into for my first topic. What can we expect from fall camp? So some topics I got about what I'm expecting from campus, right? I'm expecting fast paced offense, fast paced defense, right? Out of this fast paced offense, this running gun, this shoot offense that we got rolling, I expect some greatness. Because being that we're gonna be a fast paced up tempo offense, right? We're gonna get the defense in shape, especially for that first game against TCU. Um, I expect a lot of talking on both sides, especially from the wide receivers and DB groups. I expect a lot of talking from these two groups heading into fall camp. Man, I cannot wait. Ready for training camp to start and the whole CL3 thing over with. Man, that's why, man, when these next 3 days come, man, we can finally just get to football. Hey, Miss Jennifer, thank you for the donations. Thank you for the support to the channel. I really appreciate that. What up, Zion, baby? What it do? What it do? But yeah. So here's my expectation for fall camp. I do expect it to be a up tempo, fast paced camp. I do see the offensive defense really getting in shape, getting in tune. I do expect a lot of talking from both sides of the ball, offensive, defensively. I expect a lot the physicality to ramp up to another level than what we've seen. And then the battle for the skill positions, and then last but not least, who's gonna get those first team reps. So those are the topics we're gonna get into on this live. Just what to expect from fall camp. I'm expecting a lot of great things to happen, but I'm really anxious to see these battles at these skill positions. Hey Rob, I feel like with the anticipation he did inside and commit a week ago. Probably rub his hands and focus on the team on forward for two. Man, listen, Zion. I I like kind of knew about the silent commitment, but I thought with Coach Prime and him bringing his auntie up there, things would change. I'm glad that all this out the way so we could just focus on football. I'm glad there's a dead period for August. That like coaches and recruits can't talk to each other. So it's about business, keeping the main thing, right? So one of the best things in the luxuries of right now is we get to just focus on football. No more distractions, no more interviews. It is business time getting ready for TCU. That's the most important thing right now. And so we gotta just look forward, man. The time that we all been waiting for, it is finally here. August is here. I know we're a couple days away, but man, what it is so exciting just to get camp started. I'm just ready for camp to get started so we can see this greatness because this greatness is coming, man. That what we're about to be blessed to see is going to be tremendous. I'm telling you, the blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings that Colorado football is about to have, it is astronomical. I'm just super excited and ready for this show. Hey, Miss E. Wheeler. But let's get into the topics, right? So like I said, a lot of talking on both sides. I see amazing, like I just the talking level, the trash talking that's about to go on at fall camp is finna go to another level. I can see the D line getting into it with the offensive line, the DBs getting into the receivers. The only people that I feel like it won't be a lot of talking is the linebackers and running backs. Like I don't feel like it's gonna be a lot of talking between them. But as far as offense, defensive line, and wide receivers and DBs, it's gonna be a lot of trash talking going on. It is gonna be at an astronomical, high level, super fast paced tempo on both sides. You're gonna find out the men from the boys fast in the first couple of days of pass. You're gonna find out who the real boys are. You're gonna start to find out who's what. Um, and you can't and don't expect, what I keep telling to you guys, don't expect a lot of content from, well off media and reach the people on like who might start formations, things like that. Just look for great content that they're gonna show you a different point of view from camp. But I'm telling you right now, things about to ramp up to another level, and I am here for it. We are here for it. We are coming. We are coming. It's the way he did that and trolled the team. Very class, not cool. That ceremony was the worst I've ever seen. But we got charged some crap money. Man, listen, when it comes to it's like I can't even be mad. I mean, he's a kid. I think he could have did a lot of things better for his commitment. To be honest with you, I really do. But it's like you have to think who's in his life, who's leading him down this path because his mom died, right? So who is that next person that's leading him in life, right? That's giving him guidance, that's giving him strength. Because those are the things that really matter right now, right? I think I think had his mom been alive, I think a lot of things would have went differently. But I can't say this or that and how to put this or that into realm of what he's going through. Because I lost my brother when I was in high school when I was making a decision for me to go to college. So I can't even imagine him losing a mom, what his situation is and how he's feeling and the people that he got to take care of. Only thing we can do is pray about the situation, and wish him nothing but the best. You know, um, did he troll Colorado? Yeah, but we can say that same thing about dude that went to Tennessee. He did the same thing to us. So something that like people are starting to do it just on a regular basis of trolling Colorado. They use Colorado to get all these fans, to get all these followers, and then turn around and commit somewhere else. But what you gotta understand is, as long as we stay with class, we stay patient, things will always work out in Colorado's favor because the people that want to be here is gonna be here. If they journey, it lead them back to Colorado, they gonna come back. All we have to do is just be class about it. Can we be upset? Yeah, we can be upset about it. Boo Carter, you're right. Um, but you can't be upset about it. Only thing you can do is, man, just stay positive, look things forward. Because guess what? Because it didn't work out in this situation, we might get blessed with something even better, right? We might get blessed with even more commits just because he didn't commit. So don't get mad at it. I mean, he's just a kid. So, but back to what I was getting into about a lot of the trash talking, a lot of the physicality. I see. I'm ready to see how this offensive line, defensive line shape up. Right. We got a lot of skill on both ends, but in the trenches, what's going to matter, right? Who's taking over what position? Who's battling for what? Because we only see what we see from well off and recent people, but now we at a scale of like now it's go time. Now you're gonna get to see who's in the trenches, who's really fighting, who's really giving it all, who's really applying pressure, right? Because we all got an idea of who we want to start, who we want to play. Now is can you bag up what you saying? Because when you got shorts and shirts, that don't really mean nothing. Because you can't really, how much really can you be physical for, right? But now it's at a level we got them pads on, so bring it. You want this, bring it, right? Because everything matters. We fighting. There's still people fighting for certain numbers. You gotta win it out in fall camp. That's just what it is. Ultimate Castle is going to eat in training camp. Mark my words, that boy's gonna go dumb. The only thing I would say about Alto is are they going to put him on a pitch count? And what I mean by pitch count is, are they going to limit his reps and his contact level to make sure that he's healthy for game one? That's what I mean by Artur Casco. I have no doubts about his ability for him to be the number one back. It's just making sure that he's healthy, he's ready to go for day one. What up, Tremaine? So day one, if Artur McCaskill is in here ready to go, let's do it. But if I'm Colorado, I'm limiting his reps just to make sure he's ready to go day one. When we walk into TCU, we ready to give him that ball, pound the thing, and get off. So that is one of the running back. So my the three positions right now that to keep your eyes on is wide receiver, running back, and defensive back. Those are the three key positions, right, that we're gonna learn about in fall camp of what's gonna go next, who's gonna elevate who to the next level, right? Because we see all this, everybody rooting for everybody. When we get to the pass zone, all that rooting for this person and that person, they kind of go out the window because I'm trying to play. I'm trying to come with that smoke because I want my playing time. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the top two because if I'm in the top two, I know I'm playing. If I ain't in the top two, how can I get to third stream that possibly to get me on special teams to play? But I'm trying to get in that top two. That's the ultimate goal of fall camp. So it's gonna be interesting to see as the physicality ramp up because the men to boys, you gonna find out fast. You gonna find out which freshman is ready to step up. Cause right, you can look good in them shirts and them shorts. When we put them pads on, now we're gonna find out if you can really cover. Now we're gonna find out if you can really be physical. Now we're gonna find out if you really want this or not. Cause it's time. It's time. We 3 days away. Those three positions are going to be rotated like a hotel door. Competition is going to bring out the dogs in fall camp. Oh, for sure. Definitely. I mean, it's the thing about when you talk about the wide receiver position, you want to get into the top 8. If you're in the top 8, you're playing, right? If you're outside the top 8 at wide receiver, your chances of playing is probably slim to none, unless you play on special teams. But you got to get in the top 8. Cormani is definitely going to eat at in fall camp. I just want to see how they position Cormani in fall camp because a lot of things still need to be answered for us when it goes to the defensive backs. So when you look at Cormani, Travis, and Cooper, right, where they're going to line each other up because you can line Travis on the inside or outside, right? Cooper and Cormani are probably going to primarily play outside. So if you put Travis on the inside, you could put a Cormani on the outside. You could put a Cooper on the inside, right? So it's all about where they're going to position people at, and you got to keep in mind, like, it's so much terminology that you have to learn as a freshman. So I know we got these big expectations for Cormani, but we literally sometimes got to lower the expectation when it comes to freshmen. You don't want to put too much expectation on them and then you get your feelings hurt because you're expecting them to do these. Understand that there's going to be a growth level. Understand that there's something next that's going to happen. So be patient with Cormani. Cormani is a heck of a player, 5-star player, but he may not start the first game, and you have to be okay with that because after that, he could be playing a lot. He will be playing a lot. I'm not saying he won't start, but there's a strong possibility that he might not start that first game. We just got to be patient because when these kids come out, right, there's a growth level to all of this madness. There's a growth level. There's a lot of terminology that you have to learn that you can do it. You can get away with in high school that you can't get away in college. So I expect Cormani to play a lot, but just hold your expectation that he may not start that first game. All right. I just want everybody to know that. And these are my words, not nobody else's. These are my words. So I don't want nobody to get mixed up in it, but these are my words. These are, just inside nuggets of what I'm seeing. Some people I've talked to in Colorado. I'm not saying he won't start first game. I'm just saying don't put a lot of high expectations on one player because we don't know how they're going to utilize him just yet. Rob, his length is something that you can prepare for as a receiver. That boy is long arm, and he is a very physical DB. I'm not saying Carmani don't have the skill set at all. Carmani has a skill set that you cannot teach, right? You can't teach 6'2", 6'3" with long arms. You just can't teach that. Sometimes it's just the nature of the game. I'm always gonna take talent over experience because you can always mold talent to whatever you need it to be. That's why Prime wanted him. If Prime didn't think he could play and he wasn't a dog, he wouldn't have recruited him. So don't never think that I have nothing negative to say about Carmani. I just guys want you to know, like, expectation wise, if he don't start that first game, don't be upset because he's gonna play a lot. He's gonna make mistakes. All the corners are gonna make mistakes. Travis is gonna make mistakes. But be patient because things are gonna happen where he's going to play a lot and he's going to get better as the season go on. Jermaine didn't say he's going to start. Who will start at safety? So, my three going into camp. My three people going into camp that I got starting at safety is Travis J, Shiloh, Roger Ward. I got to start in 3 safeties and 2 corners. That's what I got right now. Now, if we go with 2 safeties, then I got Robinson playing the Rover star position, Kermani, Cooper. Those are my starters going into camp. Now, things can change as camp go on, but as of right now, those are my starters going into camp. As camp go on, we going to find out who's running with the first team, who's running with the second team, and how chemistry go. Don't ask me about Trevor Woods because I don't got that boy starting. I'm just being honest. I don't got him starting. I was always say he will be an rotation. Oh yeah, but Zion, you feel the same way I feel, but I had to say that because a lot of people got upset with me about him not starting first game. So that's why I had to clarify that, Zion. That's all. Hey Ellen, what up, Chris? What does it being a Florida boy have to do with being ready to play? Football is a competition and the best players will start. Being a Florida boy don't have nothing to do with it. It's just looking at experience, understanding the playbook, understanding formations, techniques, all that's going to play in a part, right? When people say Florida boys, like, Florida has a lot of dogs. Like, just be real. If you go to any national championship team, I don't care what team you go to, you're going to see Florida boys in that secondary. You're going to see Florida boys in that secondary. So you can best believe there's going to be Florida boys starting on our defense. I'm telling you this right now. The Florida boys are going to be starting. They're going to be heavily in rotation. So Florida boys, you got to think about it. Down south, competition level, football is at a whole different other level than everybody else. That's just being real, right? Because what a lot of people don't think about, down south, it's football all year round. You go to the Midwest and the West, it's not like that, right? Because you have spring ball that Florida players and down south players play in, where they don't have that in the Midwest. They don't have that in the South. I mean, in the West. They don't have a spring ball. They don't have that media day spring ball. So there is an advantage to having down south players because they're practicing, playing year round. That does not happen nowhere else throughout the world, right? So they always going to have a distinct advantage or ready to play at a high level coming into college versus a kid that you're going to get from the West Coast to the Midwest. There's a reason why every coach is recruiting from down south. It's a flat out reason because the rules down south are meant for football. Midwest and the West Coast are not meant for football. Up north and the East, not meant for football. That's why a lot of people recruit in the southern states. So when you ask about why people put so emphasis on Florida boys, is because they do this every single day. So you know what you're getting. It's easy to evaluate them. It's easy to evaluate kids with pads on than a kid with shorts and a shirt on. Because it's been too many kids that when you see them with a shorts and shirt on, in the 7-on-7 setting, they look amazing. I mean, amazing. You put some pads on them, and they look like a totally different other player. From the speed to the contact to route running to everything. When you start getting physical with people, things start to change. So that's just the difference. But just lower your expectations, right? That's all I'm gonna say when it comes to Kamani. Lower your expectations. Is he gonna do some amazing things this season? Yes, he is. That kid is blessed. He is super talented. He is focused. He's ready to go. And I hate this notion of people saying, well, Cormani didn't come here to sit on the bench. Just because you start don't mean you can't end up on the bench. Like, that's what people don't understand. Like, y'all worry so much about starting. It's about who's finishing the game. That's all that matters. Will Cormani be out there when the game is on the line and it's time to make a big time play? Is Cormani on the field? That's what you need to worry about. Don't worry about who's starting because it really doesn't matter. What matters is who is finishing the game, right? Because we always focus on, man, this player started, that player started. Man, listen, who is in there when it's crunch time? When it's time for dogs to line up against dogs, right? And it's time to compete at a high level, who's out there on the field? That's the only thing that matters. And so we get so caught up on like, man, he didn't come here to sit on the bench. This person didn't come to sit on the bench. Guess what? He closing out the game. So would you rather worry about somebody that's starting, or would you worry about somebody that's finishing the game off, going to go get that key interception, going to go get that pass breakup, going to go get that sack? Or are you worried about, man, he started? That man that started probably ain't putting up no stats. But then the dude that's coming in, he getting 3 or 4 sacks. You know? So it's like you gotta understand roles and how things work and how things work in football terminology, right? And sometimes our expectations that we want something to work so much that you rush a kid out there and put them in a position they're not ready for, and guess what happens? They lose confidence, right? So you want their confidence to be ultra high. And that's why I say don't try to put people on a high pedestal as freshmen to play just due to the fact of you don't know how things are going to go, all right? So just be patient with that. Once Cormani learned the playbook and get into top tier shape, everyone's going to know he's starting. That's why he got the Tremaine. That's what I've been saying. I say he may not start the first game, but after that first game, it's up, right? Because now he's going to have that experience. Now he's going to be able to go to a different level. You know, he's going to be able to unlock something because now, like, you got to think about it. He's only been a month or less. Colorado's still trying to figure out, man, how they're going to use him, right? What matchups is he going to go against? What matchups do they like against him? Because not every corner matches up well with every receiver. That's just the truth of the matter. So we got to understand how to utilize Cormani, but that comes with experience, right? So Cormani's going to gain experience. They're going to understand. They're going to get tape. They're going to get film. And as long as he focuses on, there's the 3 things Cormani needs to focus on: technique, the playbook, and understanding formations. That's it. He understands those 3 things. Everything else will work out. People are overhyping Cormani so bad. I've watched CU practice and don't think he's ready yet unless people want him to fail and stun his confidence. No, nobody wants no, like, the thing about it is, right? Nobody wants Cormani to fail, right? Everybody just has a notion because you're a 5-star, you get number 1, you have to start. That's not the truth. There's been plenty of 5-star players that went to Georgia, that went to Alabama, that did not start at the beginning of the season. But by the end of the season, they're starting, right? Because their talent is so high and they have a high ceiling that people forget about. Like, as development come, players get better, right? Some players, they stay consistent. Some players regress, and some players go upward trajectory. It's been a lot of times where people have grown from day 1 to day 99. I'm just telling you, lower your expectations because you want to see how the season grows, right? because as the season grows, we're going to play against more passing teams. TCU ain't the only passing team. So he's going to have opportunities to really go out there and shine. When you see Travis and Cormani out there on the field, guess what? You know, see you coming with the house because they're going to trust that them two can hold up. They're going to trust that Cooper can hold up. And so we just got to lower expectations on what we're doing, how we're doing things, because things are going to grow to an astronomical phase that things that what we want, right? We're going to get everything we want out of this season. We just got to be patient. Coach Prime got a plan. This coaching staff has a plan for Cormani, has a plan for the DBs, right? So I don't like to get too much focused in Cormani because Cormani's a hell of a player, but there's a lot of terminology. There's a lot of things that Cormani still has to learn as a freshman that he just don't know. And that comes with experience. So let him get some games in, and then boom, now you can start to understand what Colorado's really going to do with him. The next topic I want to get into is who's going to be really, I don't even care. But I wanted to talk about who's going to be the backup quarterback, right? I'm going to skip that because I really don't care. Who's going to be the breakout player at camp? That's the next thing I was going to talk about, right? My player that I got number one right now for breakout player at camp is Bishop Thomas. Bishop Thomas. You heard me. Bishop Thomas is going to be the breakout player on defense that I got coming into camp. Hey, Miss Patricia. What up, Tremaine? What up, Big LT? I ain't even see you come in, man. What up, baby? Hey, Ryan. I agree with you. He needs to play during the season. Redshirt him. It's the best thing. No. You're not redshirting no Cormani. You can't do that. And the only reason why I say you cannot redshirt Cormani is we don't have a lot of corners. If you know what the depth chart and what our corner situation look like, he gotta play. Like, we only got 6 to 7 corners. We got a bunch of safeties, but we ain't got a bunch of corners. So Cormani's gonna play. He gonna be in that rotation. You can book that one. He ain't redshirting. That's one I do not see happening. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That one is not happening. So, but back to my breakout players. My breakout player on defense is Bishop Thomas. That's my number one breakout player. Offensive wise, my breakout player in camp is going to be Dylan Edwards. Put down in the chat who y'all think going to be our breakout players for camp. But my breakout player is going to be Bishop Thomas on defense. Dylan Edwards is offense. Those are my number ones for both. My number twos are going to be Roderick Ward is my number 2 breakout player on defense. And then on offense, Willie Gaines. That's gonna be my my second offense. So my 2 defensive, Bishop Thomas, Roderick Ward. 2 offense, Dylan Edwards, Willie Gaines. When you talk about defensive line, Chance Main, that is a great pick. I think a lot of people underestimate Chance Main, man. Chance Main is that dude and got swole. So he coming to wreak havoc, man. He is coming to wreak havoc. I really like that. T. Dawson, it will show that nobody can run with him. So there's another player that y'all haven't seen because he just got to campus. Ellis, that came from Baylor. Him and Dawson, they gonna show some people in camp now. They're gonna wake some eyes up because now it ain't all this, man, shirts and shorts. Now I get to utilize my speed. Now I get to utilize the playbook to our advantage. So you're gonna see a lot of it. Any one of those receivers can break out. But when I came to one of my breakout players, I wanted to be somebody outside of Travis, Javon, Weaver, and Horn, right? That's why I wanted to pick somebody that wasn't out of those 4 because we know what those 4 are gonna do. We haven't seen it live yet, but we can kind of project where those 4 are gonna be. So that's why I went with Willie SRT Gaines. Just because I love his versatility, one, because he can do a little bit, he can do kick return, punt return, slot. He can do a little bit of everything, and he has the chemistry with Shador. So those are some of the things that we really love. What up, John? What up, Countdown? What up, Jonas? What up? Jalen Edwards just got to show that he can stay. Yes, you're right, Zion. You're tremendously right. That is one of the flaws of Ellis is him staying healthy. But I think with this offense and what they're going to predicate and how they're going to rotate, I think he should be able to be healthy. Javon Antonio, Adam Hawkins, and Trevor Woods. Tremaine, you gotta talk about Trevor Woods. What is it about Trevor Woods? Because me seeing Trevor Woods in space scares the living heck out of me. I'm just gonna be honest. If you talking about putting him down in the box to go hit somebody, I take Trevor Woods all day. You talking about him covering? Nah, man. He get turned around too much for me. And covering is just not it. Dylan just dropped his first YouTube video. I got done watching it, and he's right. Dylan Edwards is going to do some things that nobody has seen as a freshman, as a running back, in a long time. I'm projecting him to have 1,000 yards all purpose. What I mean by all purpose, for those who don't know, that means kick return, punt return, wide receiver, running back, right? Him just being utilized in so many multiple ways is going to rack up to 1,000 yards. So I do see him. I like Dylan Edwards is like I look at Dylan Edwards like a Reggie Bush, right? It's one of them unique athletes that you just get in space and you just let them fly. Just get the ball to him in any kind of way and let him fly. Yeah, Trevor Woods ain't Trevor Woods covering somebody. That's a no-go. I'm not having it. I do not like seeing Trevor Woods. If we in cover 3, Trevor Woods got the middle of the field, and I didn't see him turn around too much. But him coming to lay the wood on somebody and run support, I'll take that all day. Give me Trevor Woods. If it's time to come down and lay the wood on somebody, I'll take Trevor Woods. Time to cover somebody, nah. Xavier Weaver will have a great season. Yeah. So with Xavier Weaver, Xavier Weaver is between him and Javon. I got them two as the leading receivers this year. Those are my 2 leading receivers that I got for the year. Dylan is a mismatch for any linebacker. If any linebacker get on Dylan, we finding him immediately. Just get him the ball, let him take off. Hey, Miss T. Rob, would you have Woods as an outside linebacker? Yes. Yes. I would put Woods as an outside linebacker because his instincts to get to the ball, I love it. I love, like, if he's diagnosing and reading the play and fast to the ball, I'm taking Trevor Woods all day long because that is something I've seen on tape numerous of times over and over again. I've seen him produce at a high level. Would I want him covering a running back? No. Would I want him covering a side receiver? No. Because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be a first down or a touchdown or he get turned around in coverage and is to the house. I would not. Now, I'm not comparing Reggie Bush to Dylan Edwards. I'm just saying how you can use Dylan Edwards as like a Reggie Bush. I don't want to compare those two because Reggie Bush elusiveness of just whoop, whoop, getting out there, shaking them shoulders, you going to be there. you going to be in the ground. But I know Dylan Edwards, if he see any light of day, it's out to the house. It's going to be a 30, 40, 50 yard, 60 yard run immediately. I am more hyped about Dylan than I am on Kermani. I can see that. I can see a lot of people, but they're both gonna do their things. They're both gonna win. Yeah, Big LT. They was tripping. He was tripping about. he was tripping about redshirting Kermani. You ain't no way in heck you redshirting Kermani. That just don't even make sense. Big LT. I subscribe. Appreciate that. Is J5 overrated? No, J5 is not overrated. I just think, like, here's my breakdown on J5. I just believe J5 has not had the quarterback that can get him the ball in the areas where he can really take off. Because Shador Sanders is so accurate, you're going to see J5 put up some numbers that you haven't seen. I just want J5 to be healthy and stay healthy. That's my biggest thing with J5 because I've seen I just want the workload to increase, him stay healthy, him take off to another level because J5 got it. He's got everything that you want out of a receiver. He's got speed. He's can get open. He great route runner. You just want to see him stay healthy and make plays. I just want to see them put him in multitude of ways of jet sweeps, screens, quick hits. Like just get him the ball and let him go to work. Big LT, that boy smoking. Seriously, have to still be thinking about Coach Prime. Red shirt Cormani. Yeah, he ain't red shirt no Cormani, man. That just don't even make sense at all whatsoever. That running back room looks good. We should run the ball. So if you haven't seen Sean Lewis's offense, he loves to run the ball, but everything is predicated on what the defense does. If the defense show a run look, we passing. If they show a pass look, we running. Sean Lewis loves to run the ball. So you can expect that 3 to 4 of the running backs are going to get touches. How many touches? That's going to be the key, right? I can see them splitting carries, but how many carries are they going to split throughout the game? Because for me, I can see if we're running 90 plays, I can see the running backs getting 40 to 50 of the carries, right? I can see that. But it all depends on how those 40 and 50 carries split up, right? It could be everybody getting 10 carries, but it's all in different situations. So we just got to be mindful. These running backs, they all do different things. They're all unique in one fashion. We got a home run hitter, Dylan Edwards. We got a person that can get loose in space with Otto. We got a power runner, Savion and Smoke. We got an all-purpose in Hankerson. So we got a little bit of everything. Now it's all about like figuring out how do we want to utilize each person in each situation. I am stepping away for a moment. How should they going? Okay. I am very interested to see the rotation and who shows up on the pass. Come on. Oh man, that's the number one thing right now, right? 3 days away. We finna find out a lot of things in 3 days. Right? Tomorrow, everybody will be back on campus. They'll have a little get together. Tuesday, they're gonna have meetings. The following day, helmets, shirts with pads, shorts. So all the madness, all the things that we've been waiting on, it's coming right now. You don't gotta worry about it. It is coming right now. All we gotta do is be ready, be prepared, and hope the ones that haven't been working. I'm telling you right now, the ones that haven't been working since they've been off for these last couple of days. Wait till Tuesday. Wait till Tuesday. They're gonna be in for it. Because if you ain't in shape, it's gonna be hard to play. And that's why I love Bishop Thomas so much, because I know Bishop Thomas, he been itching so long to play, and not him getting redshirted last year at Florida State and being on the practice squad. I know he itching. I know he want to start with Shane Coates. But how the D line shapes up, right? Because I can see Chance Main, I can see D-Mac, I can see Shane Coates and Bishop Thomas as the starters. Not saying those are my 4 starters right now, but I can see those 4 starting together, right? But it's going to come down to how hungry you are, because we can start on that D-line, man. You can start pretty much anybody, honestly, for the most part. But how the rotation come out defensive line, I'm very interested in seeing. I do like Chance Main starting right now and D-Mac starting. Defensive tackles is kind of where I'm like still flip-flopping who I'm looking at starting right now. But let's get to it. My question to you guys in the chat: who are your sleeper picks for camp? Because I'm gonna get my sleeper picks in a minute, but I just want to see what y'all sleeper picks are for camp. Who has been the most slept on that y'all think is gonna do more damage in fall camp to get ready for the season? That's my question to you guys. So, battle of the skill positions. Let's talk about it. The battle of the skill positions. We know who the big 4 are at receiver. Javon Antonio, Travis, Weaver, Jimmy Horn Jr. We know that, right? The question is, who are the next four? Right? So you got Hopkins, you got Miller, you got Dawkins, Ellis, you got Caleb Mathis, Willie Gaines, right? So who are the next four, right? Because only the top 8 is going to TCU. They might take a knife, but only 8 is going when it comes to wide receiver. So who are your next four, right? That you got a receiver, right? I got Caleb Mathis, Hopkins, Ellis, and Dawson. No, Willie Gaines and Dawson. Those are my next four. And then I got Ellis only because Ellis is just getting in. So those are my next four when it comes to rotation for second team. But I can see and Hopkins and Miller, they're battling it out. Ellis and Gaines battling it out, right? And then you got Dawson and Caleb battling it out. So it's gonna be interesting, right? It's gonna be interesting. That's the joy. That's the joy putting them pads on. We think we know, but yeah, I mean there's a lot to be found out in this next week. There's a lot to be found out because you got to think about it. There's so many wide receivers. Just think about it. We got 16 wide receivers and only 8 of them gonna travel. So how do you get yourself into the second team, right? So you got to start to match up. Like, all right, who's gonna come out for who plays what, who plays the X, who plays the Y, who plays the Z. Like all those things start to matter, right? So now you gotta start aligning players up when it comes to depth charts, man, who could possibly sub in for who, things like that. And so that's why it's like these freshmen at the wide receiver position are going to play, and some of them going to be on special teams. But the ones that actually play wide receiver, they're going to get some burn because Jimmy Horn Jr., Javon Antonio, Weaver, Hunter, they're not going to get every rep at wide receiver. So who's going to replace those? They're going to get majority of them, but they're not going to get all of them. So you're going to have 20 or 30 plays where they're not on the field. Who's getting those 20 and 30 reps when they're not on the field? That's going to be the true question. So if I'm looking at it, right, I'm looking at Hopkins and Miller as your two outside, right? Well, your two insides, that's where the real question is, who's going to run those routes? Because you got your Dawson, that's fast. You got Ellis. We just don't know how healthy Ellis is, right? You got Caleb, so and Willie Gaines. So you got those 4 on the inside. So it's gonna be up and down, but that's what the questions that we are here for, and we're ready to see. Respectfully, I don't see Travis Hunter. I don't think Travis Hunter should be counted as a wide receiver. If you remove him, then the numbers help. We should be so. I just count Travis as a specialist, right? That's why I always say 4. Because if you take out Travis, the 3 that will be starting if Travis wouldn't play on offense would be Javon, Weaver, Horn, right? And so then who will be that 4th person? You're probably going to put another possession receiver, which that's where one of the freshmen come in, where you have Marion Miller or Hopkins. So I got a feeling that Weaver's going to start. The reason why I say Weaver's going to start is once Shedeur Sanders name drop you, you pretty much gonna start. Not saying that that's a guarantee, but if Shedeur name drops you, you're probably gonna start. You're probably gonna get a lot of reps in. So just think about it in that aspect. Think about who Shedeur practice with, right? Right now, Javon Antonio is down in Texas with Shedeur right now, getting reps in. I just think, I just don't see I can see it, but I don't really see a way where Weaver doesn't start. And that's just me being honest. I just don't see that happening. Charlie Offerdog is my dark horse for me. I believe he will have a great season. Charlie Offerdog is going to play a lot of special teams. Charlie Offerdog is going to do a lot of different things. And I've been saying this, in blowout situations, Charlie Offerdahl is going to play throughout the season. Just be ready for it. Look for it. It's going to happen. Pads on Monday, no. They can't officially put pads on until the second 30 days until kickoff. So they can't technically put pads on until 30 days. And even come Tuesday, they have to go through a conditioning phase. So they can't be full padded. They can only have shoulder pads, helmet, and shorts for 3 days, 3 to 5 days. And then after that, they can go full pads and it's on. So don't expect Monday to be anywhere padded just because there is an NCAA rule that you have to wait at least 30 days before kickoff. 30 days before kickoff will be the second, and then it's game on. So they can do that. So I'm in Austin, and the way they're talking about Baylor wide receivers, I'm interested to see what happens. Ellis has a lot of speed. I think he's going to bring a great addition to the roster. I just don't know how healthy he is, right? Because he hasn't been in Boulder. He's just not getting to Boulder. So with Ellis, it's a wait and see, right? But we're going to find out a lot of things. That's what camp is for. We're going to find out a lot of things about Ellis, about these wide receivers. Wednesday is the second. Smiling. Yes, Wednesday is the second. Yes, it is game time on the second. So drop y'all sleeper picks in the sleeper picks for camp in the chat. I just want to see what everybody's thinking. I just want to see if some things align with how I'm thinking. My sleeper picks, I'm gonna go position by position. So quarterback, my sleeper for quarterback is going to be Wiseman. I think a lot of people underestimate Wiseman just because he's a true freshman and he hasn't been there. But he's going to be a sleeper. I think he's going to end up getting the second quarterback. Running back, my sleeper is I can't take Dylan Edwards because I already got him as my breakout player. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Savion Wilkerson. That's my sleeper pick for wide receiver. I mean, for running back. Sorry, for running back. Wilkerson. Wide receiver. My sleeper pick is Willie SRT Gaines. A lot of people are sleeping on Willie just due to the fact of he's coming from Jackson State. Tight end. That's a good one. I'm going to go with Michael Harrison. I'm going to take him as the sleeper pick at tight end. Offensive line. Landon Beebe. That's my sleeper pick. So, offense, we got Wiseman, Savion Wilkerson, Willie Gaines, Michael Harrison for tight end, and then Landon Beebe. Those are my five right there for offense. Defensive line. Sleeper picks. I'm going to take McNair from Tennessee, the defensive tackle. I'm actually going to do more on defense. I'm going to roll with Chance Main at the DN position. Outside linebacker, I'm going to go B. Gant because he hasn't been there, so a lot of people forgot about B. Gant. And then I'm going to go with oh, dang. No, I'm going to stay there. I'm going to go defensive backs because I was going to name another linebacker, but I'm going to hold off. Carter Stoudemire. That's my number one for his cornerback, for a sleeper. Safeties. I'm going to go with Cam. It's my sleeper. So, defense-wise, I got Cam, Carter Stoudemire, B. Gant, Chance Main, and McNeil. Those are my picks for defense. I want my sleeper to be Cam. I feel like he has been laying low, and just putting in work. You don't see him often, but I think he has something going on. It's going to stand up. So here's one thing I'll say about Cam. Cam is going to light the room up. Cam is a natural born leader. And so, yes, the spotlight hasn't been on him much right now like it was in the spring, just due to the fact of like Shiloh's there. Shiloh is just different. Like, you gonna hear Shiloh, you gonna feel Shiloh, you gonna know Shiloh. So that's why I think with the spotlight of Cam not having that spotlight, Cam want playing time. He know what he's got to do, so he's gonna come in there and he's gonna show that he can do everything that Shiloh can do, right? So you got to think about that. Cam is not scared to go hit. Cam is not scared to go cover. Cam has been around Coach Prime for a long time. And these boys that play with Coach Prime, they gotta, they're gonna find a way for them to play. So always keep that in mind. Everyone on the defensive line needs to show up and show out. If they can do CU, can they get some great? So I think we got so many defensive line that you can play, and you can play the defensive line in so many different combinations because a lot of the DNs can bump into D tackle. Like I could see them putting a chance main at defensive tackle, just to get out there. I could see them putting a D Mac in at D tackle. So I could see like some of these positions being playing multiple ways. It's all about who we playing, what's the scheme, how do we want to pressure the quarterback? Are we going to go with a three-man front, a four-man front, a five-man front? Like all those things playing a part because we got the corners to cover. All it's about is coming up, make the tackle, bend but don't break, right? We can bend a little bit, we can give up some plays, but don't give up touchdowns, right? Make them settle for 3 or less, right? That's the ultimate goal, right? So keep the main thing and focus that, hey, if we do what we need to do, 3 points or less is the key. We don't nothing else but 3 and less. Cam, hell no, I don't think he should even start. I didn't say Cam should start. I said he's a sleeper pick in camp. Sleeper pick, meaning that people that's not focusing on Cam is going to make some plays, be a disruptor, and he's going to shine more than what people think. I think Cam and Trevor Woods are going to play a lot together, just based upon their chemistry with each other. So for me, I'm not starting Trevor Woods. I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm not starting Trevor Woods. I'm starting Shiloh, Roger Wood, Travis J. I just need Travis J to be healthy, 100% healthy, and we are good. But thanks everybody, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you guys. I'm not jumping out, but I just want to touch upon this. I really appreciate you guys that support the channel. Appreciate you guys who donated to the channel so far. If you want to donate, you can donate via Cash App at RobTheMan10. Cash App is $RobTheMan10. I just wanted to say that because I got some people that wrote me some DMs and everything and asked about that. So I just want to make sure I did say that. If you want to donate to the channel, to help the channel grow, you can via Cash App at RobTheMan10. What else? I got all my topics written down today, so I'm focused today. So bear with me. If you had to look at one player, who do you think is gonna get first team reps at DB? Because this is the ultimate question. DB is the room with the ultimate question of who's gonna get those #1 reps at DB, right? Because we all got an idea, but he said Trevor Woods is special teams only. Hey man, I can't be mad at you for saying that, but I do see Trevor Woods actually getting some playing time. To be honest with you, I can see Trevor Woods getting some playing time at safety, but I think Trevor Woods is going to play more when we play a lot more running teams. I don't think he's gonna play like when we play heavy passing teams. I don't see Trevor Woods getting a lot of reps. When we play running teams, I see him being out there. So, Travis Hunter, hands down, is gonna get first team reps. That's a given, right? Him and Shador is a given. We know them two gonna get first team reps, right? But outside of those two, who do you think gonna get a lot of first team reps? We can go. We'll go position by position. So I'm gonna skip over quarterback because we already know Shador. Let's go running back, right? At the running back position, right? You got Otto, you got Savion, you got Smoke, you got Dylan Edwards, you got Hankerson, right? Who do you think is gonna get the most first team reps out of those? Cam is small for a safety, but Cam got a lot of heart. Otto, okay. Um, I'm leaning more Otto. So here's my depth chart for the running backs, right? Coming into camp, I got Otto number 1. I got Savion number 2. I have Smoke number 3. And I got Edwards number 4, Henderson number 5. And then Offerdale. Those are my top 6. But when it comes to like between 2, 3, and 4, those can rotate based upon where we're at on the field. Like Dylan Edwards can go to number 2, Smoke, Wilkerson, all of them can interchange. But right now, I do have Otto number 1. But I just want to see how you guys thinking about, when it comes to like the running back position, like who you got getting those first team reps. My point is sometimes he is quite undersized. Guys can make up with big impact. And he does. Alfred would not see the field. Rock keep. Man, listen. Alfred is going to see the field, whether it be special teams, whether it be pass blocking, something. I think they're going to find a unique way. Do I think he's going to get a lot of PT? I don't. I'm just being honest. I don't see Alfred getting a lot of PT, but when we in blowout situations, I do see him getting some touches. I can tell you that. I do see him getting some touches. So I do see Alfred playing, just not like a lot. So that's why he's 6 on the depth chart. But when it comes to first teams, I mean, depending on how healthy Otto is, it's going to come down to Otto and Savion as the first team reps. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong, but that's how I look at it. Bro, you have to think they brought in all these in to let the walk. So, what I'm saying is, all right, so let's just break down the game, right? In a blowout, do you want your starters, your first and second teams, third string? Your third string probably gonna get a lot of touches, but do you want your first, second string in blowouts taking a lot of touches? If you can save them, why do it? So I go to a prime example. Let's go to the Colorado State game, right? It should be a blowout. If anybody look at it, it should be a blowout, right? Why wouldn't Charlie Offerdahl be able to play in that game? Because guess what? I know we got Oregon and USC coming up. Am I going to risk, putting extra mileage on Otto and Savion and Smoke when I can put in Hankerson and Charlie Offerdahl to go run the ball? So if they, not saying that they will, but if they did go down, right, I'm not going into the next couple weeks in that position. So it's just, you got to think about those things. I was telling him about Caleb Mathis not seeing the field. Spring game against those transfers. Man, Caleb Mathis is going to see the field. Y'all keep underestimating Caleb Mathis. I'm telling you right now. Caleb Mathis is going to see the field. He's in my top 8. I'm telling you this right now. He's going to see the field. Now, Charlie Offerdahl, I'm not saying he going to see, he not in the realm of a Caleb Mathis, right? He not in that realm. I'm not even gonna say that like that is. I can see Charlie Alvarado playing in a bunch of special team roles, not getting the ball, getting touches, things like that. I'm just saying, in the ideal world, if you had to look at it and we in a blowout, we up 40, 50 points, why wouldn't you let Charlie Alvarado run the ball? Come on, man. It's not going to hurt nobody, right? Because the starter's going to be like, man, I don't want to go out there. I know I can pad my stats, but I'm not going, because you got to think about it. In blowouts, people start playing more dirtier, right? Because they know they losing and they just want to get the game over. So people start playing more reckless, right? And that's how people knees get blown out. That's how things get that's how a lot of players get hurt. And so I'm not gonna put my top players in risk when I got these people that's on the bench that I can just put in and let them go at it, right? Because reps are key, right? And y'all keep thinking about like, man, Caleb not gonna play, but Caleb might not play a lot at the beginning, but I'm saying he's gonna play because 1, 2, 3 injuries, he might have to play a lot. So if you can get valuable reps in for him, why not take that advantage, right? Especially if you can get it early on, because you got to think about it. Here's the real breakdown and why I'm saying like a Caleb Mathis is going to play. You get 4 games before you can redshirt somebody, right? So why not play everybody in the first 4 games, and then after the 4 games, you're going to know like what your rotations is. You're going to know who's going to play, who's not going to play. So after that 4th game, you're going to see a lot of people redshirt based upon they know they're not going to get no time. So then when you're in these blowouts after the first 4 games, then you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about those matters. And so what I'm taking into account is, man, these first 4 games, we're going to find out a lot, right? Because really, there's really not a bunch of cupcake games for Colorado. Being honest, right? You could say that Colorado State is probably the most cupcake game they got in the first 5 games, but they do got some NFL players on Colorado State. They got a top 3 draft pick. I mean, the top 3 round draft pick at a wide receiver on Colorado State. So I take all those things into factor. So it's like, because you got those 4 games before you get to that 5th game, before you redshirt, you're going to find out, and they're going to give some of these kids playing time before that 5th game so they know who's going to redshirt, who's not going to redshirt, who's going to be playing long term. Because once you put that redshirt on, that player is basically like just a practice player at that point. You're not playing. So they're going to give Caleb Mathis opportunities in the game. I'm telling you. So you can book that. Charlie Alvarado is a different story, right? Because where he sits out on the depth chart, it's going to be harder for him to make an impact than it is for Caleb Mathis. Caleb Mathis has a better opportunity because we're going to go 4 wide receivers at times. We're going to go 3 wide receivers at times. So you can put yourself in position to be in that top 2 deep, possibly top 3, and get in. So there's, think about it. Jimmy Horn had a groin injury, right? Somebody get a groin injury, they out for that week. Guess what happens? Caleb gets bumped up. Caleb's in my top 8, so that means he's going to play. And those are the things that we forget about. I'm not saying that nobody's going to get hurt, but we also have to take in account of injuries happen. It's football. Things happen. So that's why I say Caleb Mathis will play. Caleb was starting because the spring rotation was full of last year players. We know that. Smoke and Savion are trying to make it to the league this year. Then Walker is going to. I mean, we got so many players. I just say this. We got so many one-year players that's trying to make it to the league that a lot of that is going to determine how much they're going to play anyway. So if I'm trying to, think about it like this. If I'm trying to make it to the league, do I want to put more reps on my body or less reps and be more efficient? Right? So if you got the backup offensive line in, because it's a blowout, it's a backup offensive line. If I'm Smoke and I'm Savion, I don't want to be behind the backup offensive line. Because 1, that's messing with my stats. 2, Like I got more to lose. Like if I'm trying to make it to the league, I want to be the most productive I could be with less hits and blows to me as possible because I'm looking to get paid. The longevity, right? Look at the longevity. You can't take the short term and be like, man, I'm about to get here and do this just because of that. Nah, man, you got to look at it in a different point of view. If you're trying to make it to the league, the less hits that you have on your body, the more production you have, the better you off. That's why you see a lot of kids where they might redshirt their freshman year, they barely play the next year, and then that third year they play a lot, and then they get to NFL, they're like a fresh body. They don't have a lot of burn, and then you get a player that has started 3 or 4 years at the college, and they get to NFL and they don't live up to it, all because all those hits, all the extraness that come with football takes a toll on their body, so they can't do what they need to do at the higher level. So now all they're doing is fighting to get healthy. So being productive and in a short span of time to help you get to the league is what you want to do. That's just being honest. CU football has the fourth toughest schedule and a par five, not many blowouts. You're gonna be surprised, man. They're gonna blow out more teams that y'all think than a lot of people think. Y'all think they're not, but they're gonna win by 21 more against a lot of teams, man. Y'all, I'm telling y'all this right now. That's interesting. Caleb gotta get a scholarship before he even. What does a scholarship got to do with you playing? There's been plenty of walk-ons that's played without having a scholarship. And honestly, it's like, does Caleb really need a scholarship? Caleb's on scholarship. He's just not on a football scholarship. He's on an academic scholarship. So there ain't really no difference. He's on scholarship. It's just not a football scholarship. What scholarship? You don't like. Here's the thing. Like a lot of people get mistaken. You do not need a football scholarship to play football. Like, let's be real. You can be a preferred walk-on and play and gain a football scholarship during the season. It happens all the time. There's people playing that's a preferred walk-on that get scholarships throughout the season. You never know when your opportunity is. Because what you guys are not thinking about is you can redshirt a player and then offer a preferred walk-on. Like, it can happen. So there's so many, like, there are still scholarships open on the football roster. Deion Sanders has not allocated all of his scholarship offers for football. So there's offers. Why do you think they keep adding all these preferred walk-ons? Because listen, if you come here, work your butt off, guess what? I'm going to bless you with an opportunity to get a football scholarship. Not everybody is granted a football scholarship on the football team. We know this. They only have so many scholarships they can give away, right? But there's more players on the team than there is scholarships. Let's just be frank. So the opportunity of saying that you can't play because you got to. So that means that Charlie Alfredo can't play special team because prefer walk-on. That's what you're saying. The man is going to find a way to get on the field. If you're a smart person, right, and you're not playing, why wouldn't you play special teams? It makes no logical sense. Why not? Because guess what? If I want to show coach that I got this effort, guess what? Put me on every special teams. Because when I go down there on kickoff return, I'm going to go bust somebody's head so you know I'm coming. I'm on kickoff return, I'm going to go block somebody, right? I'm on punt return, I'm going to go block somebody. So it's like, think about logic. It's like, if we look at possibly who going to be our starting linebacker, right? DK, DeMore Kennedy. At Alabama, he was a special teams guy. He wasn't playing linebacker like that. He had 8 tackles for the season. He played mainly on special teams. And he was a freaking high-end 4-star, 5-star. So think about things logically, right? Come on, man. We got to take some things into credit. Like a lot of these players, some of these players are going to play on special teams to gain reps because you just don't know how the season's going to go. In 3 weeks, when people can go play and still redshirt. I don't feel like offered else at that moment. Well, he's a preferred walk on. So preferred walk on is a little bit different than like on scholarship and redshirt. If he's on scholarship, then yeah, you're gonna redshirt him because you don't want to waste your eligibility. A preferred walk on, you're not really. It ain't really gonna matter. 8 of the 12 teams we play has a defense ranked lower than 80. I guarantee our offense is top 20. Honestly, like we're gonna score a lot in the 40s and 50s. Like most people don't believe, we're gonna score a lot of 40 or 50 point games. There's gonna be a lot of shootouts. Some games you're gonna really have to. It's gonna come down to who got the ball last. It's gonna be some of those games like the Oregon and USC game. Those two games are gonna come down to who got the ball last. So gotta look at that. The none of scholarship players don't play off. Non scholarship players don't play off. That is so. Countdown. That is true. There is a lot of non-scholarship players play, but you got to think about when you get to fall camp, you could be doing more as a non-scholarship player over a scholarship player. They're going to play whoever's the best, right? You could take somebody's job. So it's like that's why there's a reason for preferred walk-on. Preferred walk-on meaning is we chose you because we know that you have an opportunity to play here and gain a scholarship. You got to go out and prove it now because we're giving you the opportunity, but now you got to go prove it. I wouldn't redshirt a walk on, bro. Scholarships are right. I didn't say redshirt a walk on. What are you talking about? Sorry, guys, but Charlie will not play. Too many serious dogs ahead of him. This player doesn't have a lot of exposure yet. If you want to make it to the NFL, I do think they will have to play hard to showcase his skills. Honestly, they won't because here's what I'll say. Do you know how many scouts there's going to be at CU's practice every day? They practice more than they play. So you may not play, but you can gain interest from the NFL from practice. Because if they come out there and they see you do something, or they see the way you move, they see this, you can gain an invite. Not saying that you're going to get paid, but they can invite you to a facility to do a workout for the NFL, and you don't know what opportunity it's going to lead. It happens all the time. You think every player on the national championship team gets signed? No, they don't. But they do get invited to come work out, to come showcase their skills. So when it comes down to experience, you may not get the opportunities in the game. That doesn't mean that you can't make it to the NFL, make an impact. Everything is about opportunities, knowing somebody, being put in the spotlight. And guess what? Coach Prime going to give it to you because Coach Prime is going to have so many scouts that's there that's going to give you the opportunity. How many opportunities from players are going to be getting that the Broncos are right down the street? How many players from CU going to get an opportunity because Denver Broncos are always at the facility? The scouts are always there watching. Like those things playing a matter. Relationship matters, right? There's been plenty of times where people will sign kids or sign players because of a coach, right? New England, they would sign Alabama players because of Nick Saban. Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to sign all the Georgia defensive players because of their relationship with Kirby Smart. So you guys got to think about these things like relationship matters. Like you may not play, but you might get an opportunity to be on a scout team, the practice team, anything. You don't know what the opportunity is going to do. All thing you can do is go out there and have a great practice, showcase your skill set, and you don't know what blessing is going to come to you. That's just being the truth. This player don't have exposure yet. If they make it, I read that one. CU's going to sweep the Big 12. Shame they let that Coach Prime in. It's going to be crazy. So let's speak about the Big 12. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's speak about the Big 12. The best thing that happened with Coach Prime was going to the Big 12. I'm telling you this right now. Because them pipelines, boy. They are open in Texas. They are open in Florida. They're open in Georgia. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, them being able to get to the Big 12, That is amazing. Now we just got to see with the Big 12 who's going to be that 14 team, right? Because right now they got 13 teams, so they got to add the 14. They're going to have an even number. So who's going to be that 14 team is what you got to realize with the Big 12. My prediction is Coach Prime wins the Pac-12 this year and go win the Big 12 next year. That's my prediction. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to it. I don't care what nobody telling me. That's what I'm doing. You know, I'm not gonna say record wise, but that's what I'm predicting. So, Coach Prime going to the Big 12, man, that is one of the blessings, things that could have happened for CU because now you're able to get more Florida guys because you can tell them, hey, you're gonna get to go back to Florida and play in front of your family, right? The one teams that I hope the Big 12 add, USF, University of South Florida. I hope and pray they add them, right? Even if they go to 16 teams, I hope they add them. Here's why. If you allow Coach Prime to be able to play in Florida every single year, this team is going to go to a different astronomical level. Because playing in South Florida, you know how much talent Coach Prime can steal? You thought Miami was hurt about Carmani leaving. Guess what Coach Prime really finna do to them? Right? Think about what he really about to do to them. Him playing in Central Florida. That's gonna hurt FSU, Tallahassee, them Gators. So we already finna affect Florida State and Florida playing Central Florida. Just imagine if we can get to play South Florida. Now, South Florida is not a good football program. I get it. They're not a good football program. But it's the recruiting what we want out of the situation. Being able to recruit the state of Florida to an even higher level, right? Coach Prime having a house in Texas, being able to stay in Texas more and recruit out of the state of Texas because we got 4 schools in the Big 12 out of the state of Texas. That is huge. So I am super, super, super excited that Coach Prime is in the Big 12. Caleb is the least talented of the wide receivers right now. And that's not a bad thing because Jefferson was the last receiver LSU picked and brushed him. Man, listen, Caleb is gonna play, man. Y'all gotta give my boy some love, man, because he gonna play. Kennedy had to wait his turn. That's what I'm saying. By him having to wait his turn, guess what he had to do? Play special teams. So that's just the nature of the game. Caleb's still route running technician and has good hands. Next season he will be able to get his time to shine in the slot. Caleb gonna play, man. Y'all gonna stop sleeping on Caleb, man. He gonna play. What are you saying though, Rob? Is why I feel like they need 1 or 3 weeks to assess talent and having guys on standby for blowouts. This is wasteful to me. Well, you got to utilize the rules of football, right? You get 4 weeks to evaluate players and redshirt them, and that's just the nature of how the game go, man. It's like it used to didn't be that way, right? You have the red shirt, like me coming out. You have like when I was coming up, like you have the red shirt, like at the like soon as fall camp ended, you go into your first game, pretty much have the red shirt or you done. But them changing the rule that you can play 4 games, because after the first 4 games, here's what happens. Players gonna red shirt, players gonna transfer. Like after 4 games. Because you don't like the position you're in, you're gonna transfer. So it happens. Depth charts will normally have scholarship players first, then walk-ons. Caleb's size may be a problem as well next year for Caleb. I mean, I can say that about a number of players, right? When you talk about size, I think the size of Caleb is actually perfect for him playing in the slot, him being his elusiveness and route running. I think is great for them. So I don't think it's a problem at all whatsoever. What is great is that we are even able to have this conversation. It is truly speaking upon the depth of the roster. These players have the opportunity. They are just capitalizing with those pass on. Yeah. I mean, once the pass come on, everything changes, right? So you're going to find out, like, I'll talk about Caleb Matthews, right? The pass come on, well, we seen proof of Caleb with the pass come on and him getting loose, right? Some of these players that we're speaking upon, we ain't seen them in the past yet at CU. So, you know, you're taking in your expertise, right? Your knowledge of you seeing that player, but what they asking for from Colorado and the routes they're running, sometimes specialize in certain players playing. Some of the routes that they're running, like it plays in Caleb's position. And those are the things that some people forget about. It's like, man, I need you to run, a wig route, right? And I need you to be on the same page as this quarterback. Well, Caleb been playing with Shador so much that he has that, right? He has that chemistry with Shador. Chemistry with a quarterback is so vital, so vital. And a lot of people don't be thinking about that. They're like, man, this person ain't gonna play, that person ain't gonna play. But Caleb getting reps in coming in the spring, that's a help. That's a benefit. That's not saying that Caleb's gonna play all this time, but valuable reps help. Dallas Houston players are about to flood to CU more from Florida with UCF. That is true. Yes, a ton of walk-ons do, but they do. They just have to show up, be on time, focus on their playbook, take care of their body. And this, I'm gonna tell you right now. When it comes to Kellen Mathis is gonna watch more film than a lot of these wide receivers gonna do. He's gonna put in the extra work, and his dad is on staff, so his dad is gonna make sure that he is more prepared than a lot of those wide receivers. I play that into part, right? Because yeah, some of those other freshmen might be more um let's say have a bigger, faster, stronger body than Caleb. But when you talk about which all the things that you have to do, there's going to be players that don't study the playbook as much as they need to. There's going to be players that are not watching film because every day you're going to be watching practice film of what you did at practice and the effort that you're giving. One thing you know about Caleb is going to give 110 effort. He's going to. He's proving it. He's one of the first wide receivers that got his number, and he's going to keep showing that, right? All he got to do is come in, buckle up his chin strap, and let's go. Like, keep grinding, because it's a grind, man. Every day is a grind, man. Just keep grinding, 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 and everything that he wants, he's going to get. So I get y'all points about Caleb, but I just look at it a different point of view of I don't see him stopping, and I see him doing the little thing that's what's going to help him gain. Rob is saying that he's going to give Caleb some love. He needs to. Hey, man, y'all all right? I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all see that, man? When y'all see him, I'm telling you, I'm going to go live and we're going to talk about it right then and there. I'm telling you, we're going to talk about it. Number 21. I just want to make sure I'm getting everybody comments. So, dang, so you think Cam and Caleb ain't getting no players out many times soon? Count down. You gotta speak about that, man. You gotta speak about why you think they ain't getting much playing time. Cause I just need to know. I need to know. So that's the topic we can talk about right now. Why Caleb and Cam ain't getting a lot of playing time. Talk about that one, man. I need some explanation on why on that, man. I just need to know why on that. Did you read where I said I want my sleeper to be Cam? So he said, think about it, bro. I mean, count speak upon it. Like I want to see what your explanation is on why you think that they not getting a lot of playing time. Because I think differently, right? I think Cam is in that second that too deep. I think he will play. You can say size, but like how you playing him? That's the difference. That's what we got to think about, right? Do you got him playing in coverage? Do you got him like as a box safety for run support? You know, think about those things that is going on because those are the things that we forget about is what do you got him lining up at? Right? Is it like I'm gonna tell you right now, like what is it like? You gotta look at what's his strong point, what's his weak point, and how are you thinking that you're gonna play him, and how do you think Colorado's gonna play him, right? Because I do see Cam playing. You know, and better players. Yes, of course. I mean, every position got better players, right? But some players just got a dog in them that's like some players just got a dog in them. Like let's just be real. Cam got heart, right? And it's not to take away from Shiloh. It's not to take away from Roger Ward or Travis J, right? Those are my top three. You know, then you got the Miles Slushes of the world. You got Vito Tisdale. Uh, you got your Cam, and then you got Trevor Woods. Um, and I'm missing somebody else. I know I'm missing somebody else. Miles Slusher, Cam. I know I'm missing somebody else. I can't think of it right now, but I know I missed somebody else. I like Caleb, but I don't think he's going to get much time this season outside of blowouts. Because, like you said, the running backs is the older guys in front of him, and that time is going to get too late. I honestly think Caleb is going to play, man. I honestly think he will play. Now, I get where everybody coming from just because of the older players, right? Your Javon Antonios and Weaver, you're going to see them a lot, right? Because they trying to get to the league. This is pretty much this it for them. Jimmy Horn can come back for another year. Travis will be back for another year. Dawson will be back. Willie Gaines, he on his last year. So he trying to get out of there. Ellis trying to get out of there. So I mean, a lot of the top receivers outside of like Hawkins and Miller are really trying to get out of there. You know, some of them will be out of there in a year, some won't. So, you know, I expect Javon Antonio to have a big season. I expect Weaver to have a big season. I expect Jimmy Horn to have a great season. I expect Travis to have a great season. But you got to have that depth is what come into play. So we got to think about those things. I like Cam a lot at Jackson State, but in the Pac-12, size matter. I mean, a yes and a no, right? Because even at Jackson State, Cam got ran over, just like Trevor Woods did. So, I mean, you could say size matter in the Pac-12, but it's how are you utilizing these players? And that's the key. Because you're utilizing these players in so many different unique certain stances and form. I feel like, here's what I'll say. I feel like Cam is going to be Shiloh's backup. That's how I feel. I feel like he's going to be that in box safety, run support. I don't see them putting Cam out in space by himself a lot, but I can see him bagging up Shiloh. One thing for sure, Caleb is going to have his helmet on and be ready to go. Don't know if he will play, but we will be ready. Shiloh ain't starting. Oh, no, man. One thing for sure, Shiloh starting. That you gonna see that 2-1. That you can book that one. Like, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Shiloh ain't starting. Ah, nah. Shiloh is the voice of the defense. Shiloh will be starting. Shiloh will be starting. He is the voice of the defense. You can book that one. I'm telling you that right now. If you think that ain't gonna happen, nah, dog. Nah, dog. Just watch well off, and that boy Shiloh runs a 4-3. He started. Bro, Shiloh is starting. I don't care. Roger Ward, that's one of my starters. Roger Ward, Shiloh, Travis J. Those are my 3 starting safeties. Like, what? Shiloh starting, bro. I don't care what you say. Shiloh ain't gonna stop talking. Shiloh will not stop talking. I guarantee you gonna see Shiloh. Man, listen. Shiloh trying to hit that lead. I'm telling you, right. Shiloh trying to hit that lead. Shiloh is starting. You, man, listen. Here's what I would say. unless Shiloh is late to a meeting like he was last year and got benched, or Shiloh get hurt, that's the way Shiloh ain't starting. I'm telling you this right now. Shiloh starting. You can't tell me that he ain't. And it's not because I say this, because a lot of people take this in perspective because he's Coach Prime's son, that's the reason why Shiloh is gonna start. I think a lot of people take last year and look at film of Shiloh last year and discredit Shiloh. Shiloh wasn't healthy last year. Shiloh was coming back. He came back from an injury too fast, right? Because he injured his Achilles. He came back faster than he was supposed to come back, and he didn't look to par. Shiloh is healthy now. So you're going to see Shiloh from his days when he was at South Carolina. If you turn on Shiloh tape from South Carolina as a freshman, you're going to understand why Shiloh should be starting. And that's the problem with a lot of people are trying to compare Shiloh's tape, because a lot of people compare Shiloh's tape from last year and be like, well, he shouldn't be starting. Shiloh was not healthy last year. And we got to stop saying why, like, because he Coach Prime's son. It ain't because he ain't Coach Prime's son. The boy can play. The boy can play. And he gonna show you. He gonna show you. You know for a fact Shiloh will be late to something or do something wrong. Like, he can't help it. Yeah, Shiloh gonna be late to something. You it's just a guarantee. I don't know what meeting he gonna be late to, but some meeting throughout the season, Shiloh gonna be late to it. He gonna be late to it. Whether it could be the first meeting of fall practice, Shiloh gonna be late. But I will say this. Shiloh's in a better headspace. Shiloh's more focused. Shiloh is ready to go and ready to cause headaches this year. It's gonna be a difference, man. When y'all look at Shiloh, you guys are really truly gonna see a different player than you guys seen at Jackson State last year. Because a lot of people didn't really get to see Shiloh at his best last year because of his injury. It's gonna be, you gonna see headache gang CEO on that field busting heads. Telling you this right now. Shiloh started, I wasn't high on him after he got cooked on his first practice, but he showed me what he's made of. Work at the end. Man, listen, you can't take that. The first practice, those players been practicing. Shiloh just get out there. I don't really take that for grain of salt, but Shiloh ready to go. Shiloh came back too quick from injury. People don't realize Shiloh. That's Zion. That's exactly the point I just made. Like, a lot of people did not see Shiloh at South Carolina. If you seen Shiloh at South Carolina, you'll understand why he will start. There ain't nothing to talk about there. And true, honestly though, I would love to see Shiloh at corner more because he can cover. Shiloh can truly cover. I would love to see them play him at corner more. That's a part. That's an unrated part of his game that a lot of people don't talk about. He can cover. They don't call Shiloh headache MCO for a reason, but that's a boy that can hit stick for real. Rob Wood, Travis J, Kermani, Travis J Rob. Okay, I like that. I can see them going with that lineup for sure. Definitely for sure. Chris E, what first practice and fall camp ain't started yet. Shorts and shirt is not practice. That's workouts, buddy. Jimmy will go off. He's giving D-Jack vibes. Shiloh lines up against Antonio. Yeah. All you got, man, listen. If you go watch Shiloh versus Antonio Brown, you don't need to say no more. You literally wasting your time talking to somebody that say Shiloh ain't good. You wasting your time. Because there's proof and evidence of Shiloh hands down covering. It's a Pro Bowl wide receiver, Hall of Fame wide receiver. You know? So Shiloh ain't nothing to worry about, man. We know what the real is. AB will be a star on bro. If you ain't seen Shiloh versus AB, go look it up on YouTube. It's on. You go look that up on YouTube. You will see Shiloh Sanders covering AB. You won't, bro. You gonna see, and you gonna start to understand. Okay, okay. I ain't know Shiloh had that. Shiloh got that in his back. Shiloh can truly cover. They just don't put him in coverage a lot. Which that's one thing that I really wish they would do, which they probably will do it this year. I think the reason why they didn't do it last year because he wasn't healthy, so it didn't make sense. But Shiloh gonna be out there busting head, taking names, causing headaches, doing all type of things that's necessary. Although he was that type, I mean, although he was all hype and decided to watch summer workouts, after researching on him, I realized why he is starting and not due to narcissism. Nah, man, you gotta do your man. When it comes to certain these players, you gotta do your research, right? A lot of people say this and say that, but man, dude, if you ain't watched the video, go watch the video. Like, go watch the video. Listen, I want you to YouTube Shiloh Sanders at South Carolina. Go watch his highlights. Go watch him versus AB. You will see and you will understand what people are saying about Shiloh. The problem is that you haven't seen it in so long. So that's why you're saying, man, Shiloh shouldn't be this. Shiloh shouldn't be doing that. This is his comeback season. This is where he's really finna truly put himself on the map. Coach Prime is going to try to get him into that top 3 rounds. I'm telling you this right now. They're going to try to get Shiloh in the top 3 rounds to get drafted. I'm telling you this right now. Don't be surprised if Shiloh get drafted in the top 3 rounds of the NFL draft. They're going to try to find a way. They're going to try to put him in position to be that guy. Shiloh is that guy. He ain't 1-2-1 for no reason. I'm telling you this right now. If Shiloh wasn't that good, I'm telling you right now, Coach Prime would not start him. I'm telling you this right now. Just because he's Coach Prime's son, he would not start. He's going to earn it. He's going to earn it in fall practice. He's going to earn it. As a Steelers fan, I heard AB triggers me. I understand all the things. Look, AB has some great seasons as a Steeler. Come on, now. I get it in Inwell, but he had some great seasons. But also blame the reason why some of this stuff happened on Big Ben, though. So, Big Ben had something to play in part of that. Coach Prime gave him 21, let's be real. Who else? So, all right, I got a question for you. Since Coach Prime gave him 21, who on the team would you put 21 in? Who on the team? Let me know. Who would you get 21? You the head coach of the team. Who are you giving 21 to? Don't do this, Rob. That's not good. Nothing but love, T. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. I'm not going to do it to you. But what I would say, T, we can have that Sunday talk. Hey, listen. We can have that Sunday talk. I talk about any and every football, man. It ain't just Colorado. I'll talk about any and other football. We can talk about it. Let's do it. I'm playing my son. Sorry. I'm asking a real question, right? If you are Deion Sanders, if you don't think Shiloh deserves 21, who you giving 21 to? Speak upon it. Right? 21 got to stand for something, right? Shiloh stands for something, right? Shiloh is marketable, right? So why not put him in 21? He marketable. Why not? Why not? Shiloh is a stand-up kid. Much respect to him for supporting his... Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I will go to war with Shiloh Sanders any day of the week. Give me Shiloh Sanders on my team any day of the week. Because one thing I know about it, Shiloh going to come to work. He going to give effort. He going to bring the attitude. He going to always be talking, right? Always be motivating. He's going to be a great leader. Like, just think about those things, right? When Kermani got there, who took Kermani under their wing when he got there? Shiloh did. Shiloh took Cormani underneath his wing. You know what I'm saying? Coach Prime didn't have to tell him to do that. Shiloh did it on his own. So, 21 means something. And that's what we got to think about. 21 means something. You're just not going to give 21 to nobody. And so let's just take Shiloh out this situation, right? If Shiloh wasn't there, who you giving 21 to? Nobody's answered this question yet. I just want to know. If Shiloh Sanders wasn't there, who you getting 21 to? Shiloh is his own man. People fail to realize he brings the dog out of Shador. Oh, bro. That's the person who motivates. That's the person who motivates Shador the most is Shiloh. Because he not going to let Shador have it easy. He not going to let Shador have nothing easy. He don't care. He the baby boy. He ain't letting Shador have nothing easy. When he's on the bench and getting cooked, I'm going to be looking for y'all. He always been caught looking in the backfield. Hey, listen. I'm going to be live pregame. I'm going to be live halftime. I'm going to be live postgame. We can talk about it. I just want to make sure that you here on the channel live. So when I'm live, turn them notification bells on. When I'm live and Shiloh doing his thing, we're going to talk about it. I don't want you to hide. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm going to let it rock. I would open up the phone lines tonight, but I'm not going to do it. But TCU, make sure you here. Make sure you here. Because I'm telling you right now, pull up. Because we coming. Shit, I'm telling you this right now. Okay, Rob, would you play your son? Yeah, I'm going to play my son. Why? Like, for me, but here's my thing about it. If I feel that my son ain't put the work in, ain't put the grind in, and somebody better than him, I'm going to play who's the best person. Like, I just am. Because for me, it don't matter what you did in high school. It don't matter use a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. What matters is, are you doing the things that I need you to do to fit my scheme of what I'm trying to do? That's what matters. You don't think that they put Shiloh in a position to be that guy? You think they just gave, here's the platter. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, my mind ain't even thinking about that. So I know you watch Well Off, right? You think Coach Prime made it easy with Bucky? You think Coach Prime made it easy with Bucky? Bucky was all about to get kicked out of his place and all this type of stuff and didn't have a good relationship with Coach Prime. You think come on, man, you think you ain't gonna be hard on Shiloh? If he made it hard on Bucky, what makes you think he ain't gonna make it hard on Shiloh? Like, it don't even make sense. He's seen his kid putting in work. He knows his kid's putting in work. Guess what? Guess what Shiloh at? Shiloh in Colorado working. Shador might have left and went to Texas to work out with his quarterback coach. But Shiloh is here working. He getting ready. So, come on. People say anything. He won 10 games in his first year with a portal team. So you think Derek Stingley Jr. didn't get beat? That's what I'm saying, Zion. when he was injured. Are you asking about Shiloh? When was he injured? Shiloh hurt his Achilles last season. And had surgery. And rehab majority of the season and came back at the end of the season. He came back like almost 3 months ahead of schedule. So he wasn't even fully healthy. He just out there putting his body on the line for his brothers. That's the truth of the matter. Like, that's been documented everywhere. You can go look up Shiloh Sanders injury. You can Google that. It'll tell you. If you watch that goes to show me, like, if you don't know about, like, Shiloh and his injuries and things like that, you really ain't been following Coach Prime, Shiloh, Shador like that. Because these are things that's been public and came out. It's even in Coach Prime documentary, Coach Prime on Amazon Prime. So these are things that you could pull up. So turning off topic, any picks for Prime Steam music? Hmm. I like me personally, T. I don't want Coach Prime to go with the theme music that he picked for the spring game, the Yin Yang Twins, but I think that's what he's gonna go with. What I would love to see him go with that Buffalo Soft song by Country Tone. If you guys haven't heard that Country Tone Buffalo Soft song, go listen to it. It's a good song. I think they should go with that song. I do like that song a lot, but I think Coach Prime is going to go with the Yin Yang Twin song. I'm not a fan. Boom, 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 boom. Here we come to get you. I don't like me as a player. I'm like, man, this ain't really getting me hype, man. Boom, boom, boom. Like this ain't really getting me hype. So I'm just saying, that's just me. But each your own. Man, we're not talking about no Shiloh. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. What did he do when he was healthy at LSU? Oh, I know what y'all talking about now. Okay, I got you. Got you. I'm just curious. I didn't like the Yang song either. Man, it wasn't a fit for me, but the other song that Coach Prime should have went with, I thought he was gonna go with. It's actually like one of the songs I like the most though, but we'll see. How do you see the TCU game playing out? I see Colorado winning by between 14 and 21 points. That's how I see the TCU game going. I see us getting the dub. I see us handling business. I see us showing out national TV. And I just seen us having a party at TCU and come back home, be ready for Nebraska to put on the show there. That's what I see. Well, I can't say what I am ready to see. I'm ready to see some touchdown be put on that board. I know that. That ain't something song is trash. I said the same thing, Zion. I ain't a fan of it either. Damn. But the question was, what would you guys like to see as Coach Prime theme song? That was the question. So if you got a song that y'all think should be the theme song, put it in the chat because that's what the question was. Yeah, man. Every DB get beat. Travis got beat at JSU when we played a couple of teams. He got beat looking in the backfield. It happens to the best of the best. You know, it's all about like everybody not gonna have their best day. You know, but technique, understanding technique, formations, playbook, you'll be fine, right? All it is about helping these kids get developed to get to the next level. As long as you can help these kids get to the next level and develop, everything else will work itself out. But we got a couple more minutes, and I'm about to jump off, man. Like I said, I do appreciate everybody joining in on the live. I'm gonna be on for about like 5 more minutes. I just appreciate everybody jumping on live with me today. Going over these topics. It's been a great show. If you like to support the channel, you can support me via Cash App. If you like to leave a donation, at Cash App, $ Rob the Man 10. Every Sunday, I want to jump on at some point every Sunday. Just go live. We can talk about any and everything. Football is about to start, so we'll have a lot of more topics to talk about, get into about. I just like to have this open dialogue with you guys. That's what makes the show. You know, being able to interact with you guys, have this open dialogue, and just talk, man. It's fun, man. This is what I love. I think I might open up the phone lines next Sunday for you guys to call in. So when you guys call in, we can have a super interacting conversation. So, counting down, you say Grape Hype song by The Heavy. How do you like me now? Let me Let me YouTube that right quick. We gonna. I think I know what that song is, but I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted. We need something that bass is. Yeah, that's the same thing I said. Same thing I said, man. You need something that got that bass. When he say, "Give me my theme music," you know what I'm saying? You don't need change. I like just keep the same theme song from last year. You know, just keep the same theme song from last year. We good. Nah, they ain't getting it, man. They ain't getting it, dog. They ain't getting it, dog. How you like me now? They ain't getting it, man. I need something that's going when they say give me that theme music, we rocking. Everybody know what's going on. We need some of that. Yeah. But I'm about to jump off, y'all. Everybody jump on Big Dog Chico. He's going live right now. On that well off reaction video. Like I said, I thank you guys for supporting me. If you guys want to leave a small donation, them blessings will come back to you. Cash App, $ Rob the Man 10. If you don't get it, just it is in the description down below where you can go. Everybody's going live right now. So Life in Football is going live. Big Dog Chico's going live. I'm jumping off. We had a great show. And this is Rob the Man Media, baby. And we back with another live. I'll see y'all later.